Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
You're going to end up in an emergency room or have a seizure or, you know, there's so many things that can happen to these kids at a young age.
A new study says many parents are overdosing their own children. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us this evening. You're likely giving your children too much medication. Researchers found 80% of parents have made at least one error.
Errors that could lead to serious consequences. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Nicole Johnson, shows us an easy way to avoid a devastating mistake.
You know, when she was really little, she had the high fevers.
Gail Williams keeps both eyes on her granddaughter at all times to make sure she's okay. When kids get hurt or sick, Williams says it's an emotional thing.
I call the doctors.
She understands how parents would do anything, even the wrong thing, to make them feel better.
When you go to get a prescription, sometimes it's kind of, you wonder, you know. Things like we're in such a hurry to do everything nowadays where we never used to be.
On purpose or by mistake, a recent study shows a lot of parents are giving too much medication to their kids. While a lot of parents think that over-the-counter drugs are safe, given in the wrong dose, it could be deadly.
And sometimes your child's in pain or you want to help your child right away, but it's important to take a step back, slow down, really read the packaging carefully, making sure that you line up the information about your child with the dose to give in a nice table. And then the other big take-home message is to always use a syringe to prepare medications, an oral syringe. The nice thing about an oral syringe is there's very clear markings on that syringe where you can basically draw the medication up into that syringe and make sure that you stop at that appropriate medication dose.
Using a syringe could crack down on the most common mistakes. Packaging, labeling, and dosing information isn't standardized. Milliliter, teaspoon, or tablespoon, it can get confusing for parents like Williams, who just want their kids to feel better.
You know, there's so many things that can happen to these kids at a young age if they don't watch what's on the prescription.
In Fargo, Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The most common side effects of an overdose are irritability, abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting. If you think you gave your child too much medication, you should call the Poison Center. The number to call is right there at the bottom of your screen. It's free and it's 24/7.
Some taxpayers in the West Fargo School District are upset that their share is going up, and in some cases quite a bit. The school district says it's doing all it can to reduce the mill levy, but the taxes are also determined on the value of one's property. If your property value went up by at least 10%, you will or should have received a notice in the mail. And based on the number of people who showed up at tonight's school board meeting, there's quite a few.
I was looking at a 20% increase on my tax bill already, and now they're adding another 4%, so now I'm, 4.5%, so now I'm looking at a 25% increase in my tax bill.
And so anybody who had a property valuation increase in excess of approximately 8% will likely pay more tax this coming year than they did last year. And so most of these people this evening were seeing those significant increases in valuation represented in the dollar estimate of taxes that they'll pay this coming year.
The deadline to set the district's levy is October 10th, and because they aren't able to reduce enough, they're required by state law to hold a public forum on the topic.
People living in one part of West Fargo say they're having a terrible time with the United States Postal Service. They live in preserved townhomes, and one of the residents says they have been getting each other's mail. Dorothy Hancock called our whistleblower hotline after a neighbor gave her opened mail that included her Social Security information. The mail was more than a month old. If you're having trouble with your mail, find this story at valleynewslive.com for a link to report the problem.
A mom's trying to change how the Valley City School District handles bullying. She says a video of her son was taken while he was in the bathroom at school and shared by a couple of other boys.
She sat down with Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic and says while Snapchat videos are short, the pain they can cause can last a lifetime.
Arbor Alcock says after her son was bullied, her family's life changed for the worst.
I was very hurt, especially knowing the effects of social media and different things, him just being violated.
Her son reported to school officials that 3 boys recorded him using the bathroom. After meeting with the school, Alcox was told by one of the bullies that he didn't show the video to anyone else. But a day later, she was told by her younger son that the Snapchat had been spread throughout the school.
I had forgave him because I felt as though he was telling me the truth. So I felt really duped. I was really upset by the fact that he had done that.
Alcox says the boy who recorded the video got a 5-day suspension, while the other 2 weren't punished. Upset at the decision, Alcox asked the school why the punishment wasn't harder. According to her, they said the bullying must be done more than once for the school to take action.
Why would you give one child the option or the ability to bully and repeatedly bully someone's child before you take action?
She's not alone. I spoke with another parent who didn't want to be identified. She says her daughter has been bullied for 5 years and the school hasn't done anything about it.
They are going to the administrators and going to the correct officials themselves and their families, and nothing is being done. That's the biggest part that upsets me the most.
Alcox says she plans on filing criminal charges. In Valley City, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
We reached out to Jason Johnson, the Valley City Public Schools superintendent, about the claims. He says while they cannot make any comment on this case, the school takes bullying very seriously and has a zero-tolerance policy.
The 5th and final defendant in the robbery and shooting that happened at a Fargo fast food restaurant has been sentenced. 29-year-old Tommy Trent of Fargo was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison and then 3 years of supervised release. Just over a year ago, authorities say Trent and 4 other men were involved in the robbing of Taco John's on 32nd Avenue South in Fargo. One of the men fired 2 shots during the robbery. One of them hit an employee in the leg. Trent was the getaway driver and a lookout in the incident. All of the men have already been sentenced in this case.
Hillary Clinton is taking the day off from the campaign trail after she nearly collapsed during a ceremony for the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Clinton's campaign initially did not reveal she was diagnosed with pneumonia on Friday, but they now say they will be more forthcoming about her health. They say they will be releasing additional medical information about Clinton in the next couple of days and have been in touch with her physician to get that information together. A campaign spokesman says she made the choice to hide her illness.
She made the decision that she wanted to power through, keep her schedule, and because she didn't think it was going to affect any of her activities, she just wanted to keep going and conducting business as usual.
A spokesman for Clinton's campaign said today she's expected to be back on the campaign trail later this week.
Donald Trump will stay on the Minnesota ballot in November after a Minnesota Supreme Court ruling. The ruling dismissed a lawsuit filed by the Minnesota DFL. The DFL party petitioned the court to disqualify Trump because the Minnesota GOP party didn't follow the strict letter of the law in choosing a slate of presidential electors and alternate electors for the Electoral College. The court said at this point, it's too late to investigate. While we certainly enjoy you joining us for Valley News Live 10 at 10, if you're interested in getting your late news a little earlier, here's a suggestion. Catch our newscast, Valley News Live with Christine Stanwin and Robert Hahn on the CW Monday through Friday at 9 p.m.
And remember to tune in to the CW Monday through Friday at 7 in the morning for the Valley Today.